Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration. Senior Day. It's the Utah Utes and the TCU Horned Frogs. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
I caught up with the Horned Frogs head coach before the game. Obviously, it's every team's plan to run the ball each and every game. But today, he challenged his offensive line to help his running back get the record. They know that he's been so productive in his career, and today he has an opportunity to get the rushing touchdown record. So in the red zone, I will be shocked if they don't get this guy the ball. They all want him to receive the rock because he has meant so much to this team and to this program. Expect that to be a big focal point of the running game today. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Holly. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Horned Frogs offense onto the field first, and we'll see their opening script. Jeremy Payne, what a performance he had in their last game, putting up more than 300 yards on the ground. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Here's the fly sweep. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Hits inside. It's Payne. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They want to get the ball in the hands of playmakers, and they did, but this time the defense up to the challenge.
And when you slide that running back out of the backfield, like I'm thinking pass, I got to be locked in, and I got to see him, and as the linebackers have to see him and understand when the quarterback throws him the football, I got to break on it, and everybody's got to corral him because he's so dangerous after the catch.
The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. Drives inside. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this 1st drive.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Breaks into the open. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their 1st drive of the game is working to perfection.
And that play shows you really what this defense. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. They're going to run just about their entire opening script on the first drive of the game. 12th play coming up on 3rd down. Turns it upfield. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
And, man, it's really nice when you start to have a QB that understands exactly what the situation is. 3rd down, like my execution, not trying to make big plays. How can I move the sticks, get myself another set of downs? Nice job by the QB understanding that, being on the same page with his receiver, and getting a fresh set of downs.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Driving its way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing the 3rd down in.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So the 16-play drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. On the return, it's Johnson. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. So the Utah Utes offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And when you have a corner of this caliber, it gives the defense so many options in the way they can attack. We'll see what they're able to do with this guy. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And now to try to put things in motion on 2nd and long from the 15. They'll give it to Parker. And he's swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes it.
Time to take a shot. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Utes line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The Horned Frogs offense takes the field, ready to get going. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Quick give. Got some green grass.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
They'll ride him again. There he goes. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a 1st down.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a 1st down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
Caught on the RPO. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Going to the ground. Defense holds their ground. Pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Handoff again. He breaks a tackle. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. This is a makeable field goal distance, but this offense is thinking touchdowns. They'll go for it on 4th. Timeout call by the Utes. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The Horned Frogs will come to the line to convert on 4th down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds. And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. Working the ground game. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Trying to squeak through the pile. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, TCU!
What a start for this guy, right? 2 drives, and that's already his 2nd rushing touchdown. And listen, this area of the field, David, in the red zone, you got to be able to run it. It's really hard to throw. Windows aren't very big, but this dude right now is feeling it.
And as a defense now, I understand the mission. Palmer, it's pretty simple. They're going to run the football. So I've got to meet that physical challenge, man. I got to stop the run, or else this is going to be a long day for this defense.
Sells the run, looking to pass. Throwing right. Complete downfield. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. He's at the 40. The 20. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. The play fake. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Utah. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. TCU ready to crank things up on this drive. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Trying to establish the run. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. He got nothing on the quick completion. What a reaction by this defense. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking downfield. It's Dampier. They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They'll need a bunch on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Right side, it's Simmons. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Left side is Simmons. To the house. Touchdown, Utes. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
And that is a huge touchdown for the offense and also a big momentum shifter in this game, because now if they kick the extra point, they tie this game, anything could happen.
And he makes the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That 14-point lead is gone, and now they'll try to get back on top with a scoring drive here. Gets the back moving. Snap on first down, wants to throw. A little release to the back. Still on his feet at the 45. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. Hand it to the back. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. On the move at the 30. Here's a little room there. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Back to throw, it's Craig. Could not make his way to the corner. Utah now calls a timeout. They'll have one left. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play?
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. He will not get there as the defense stops him again. Now the Utes take a timeout, and they don't have any more left. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on 3rd down. On the ground. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. His huge game continues. 3rd time he's gotten pay dirt in this one, and numbers 11, 12, and 13 on the season. And the extra point was good. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Fresh set of downs going to the air. On the move. He's sacked. He'll lose a couple on that one as he tried to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
It's complete. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
The Utes want to move quickly.
Well, this guy's getting himself into a rhythm here early. You just saw a beautiful throw on the previous play, and now he's showing off the speed. And you can't blame him, honestly. When you run like him, even if it's first down, if it's not open, just take off.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. The 40. He's at the 30. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it. It's Payne. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. Timeout taken by TCU. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. Can hold on in the face of the contact.
You see the offense trying to dial up the quick game there with the RPO, and I like the idea of trying to get playmakers the space out in the right flat of the field, see what can happen, but you need them.
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Horned Frog!
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Simmons. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Motion from the wide receiver. They'll run for it. It's Parker. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, week 12, almost 0 margin for error. Just the way we like it here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Virginia Tech taking on the #1 team, the Miami Hurricanes. And it's the Hokies setting school records in multiple offensive categories in one of the highest scoring games I think I've ever seen. 2 teams who were very familiar with the end zone today. This ball club now stands at 7 wins. They've assured themselves at the very least of a better than 500 regular season. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big 12. Now back over to your game inside Amon G. Carter Stadium. It's hardly a secret what this team wants to do. They want to feed the beast, let him run it, and control the line of scrimmage. Ground and pound, and continue to add to this lead in the second half. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Amon G. Carter Stadium.
The Horned Frogs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. What did they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
Checking in with the Utah head coach at the half, they have found a lot of positive momentum here during this winning streak, but it is in jeopardy right now. He said this is the moment we have to come out and assert ourselves and be dominant to start the third quarter, gain some momentum here, and change the course of this game. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Sets his feet. It's Dampier. Out wide right, it's Simmons.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. They'll try to get the first through the air. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Sends it back in motion. Headed for the corner on the jet sweep. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. Plows his way ahead. Turning it on! He's up to 81 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
The run inside. It's Payne. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. Looking to throw, it's Craig. Extending the play. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Not only made the pick, but he also made up some ground and took it back to the 38.
And again, that's the cardinal sin, playing the quarterback position, rolling out to the left as a righty and then trying to throw it back into the middle of the field. You're just making it too easy on the defense. You might complete one of those every 10 tries. Just not a good decision.
Well, and most QBs will tell you it starts from the waist down, and the feet have to be tied really well with the upper body, with the mechanics. And you can tell, drifted a little bit there. Because of that, inaccurate throw.
Under pressure. Lets it fly.
I think sometimes offensively, you've got to have a bit more awareness where you are in the field. You've got to feel yourself getting close to the boundary, and you've got to settle down. That guy looked like he was a little bit out of control, and as a result, that throw took him out of bounds for no gain.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. He'll try to get to the marker himself. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on 3rd down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And this one is perfect. They cut into that lead. It's now 28-17.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
Let's go down to the sideline and Holly Rowe.
Here on the Horned Frogs sideline, guys. Guys, the running back told me something to keep an eye on. It's just he's a little banged up and bruised up. Last week in that win, a lot of contact that he absorbed, and he said he's got to really fight through it here today. Not 100%, but I will let you know how it's going from the sidelines. Guys?
Holly, we'll see how they react. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And you can tell that the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Got a little space. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
Looking for a crease. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. He's up to 107 yards rushing as he draws closer to a 2,000-yard season. Quick give. It's Payne. Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a first down. The Horned Frogs kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Looking for running room. Inside the 25. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. And the Horned Frogs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! And they take it in for 6 more points. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
Here's Wayshawn one more time. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wide receiver going in motion. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Handoff for Parker. Enough to move the chains. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Unloads it left. makes a connection. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. Scanning the field, it's Dampier. Makes the grab, and he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah! He'll try to tack on one more.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Horned Frogs offense takes the field, ready to get going. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. From the gun, it's Payne. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need 2. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with the W.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. And he's brought down after a short gain.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Horned Frogs are marching down the field. Back to pass, it's Craig. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
They're a perfect 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. They give it back to him. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on 3rd down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on 3rd.
Takes the easy throw in the flat. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. This offense has done a good job on this drive, taking time off the clock as they come up on 2nd down. Running inside. It's Small. Fights off a defender. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the 1st down. Timeout called by the Utes. That's their 1st. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The Horned Frogs pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. The give and tick, 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 tick. Utah now calls a timeout. They'll have 1 left. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. From the red zone, it's Payne. Got enough space. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Now the Utes take a timeout, and they don't have any more left. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being hit. And he charges across the line. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Using his feet. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. And the Utes headed quickly to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Back to throw, it's Dampier. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And he's brought down after a huge completion. They just flipped the entire field, and now they'll try to cash in on 1st and 10 from the 20. Now from inside the red zone. Still looking. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Offense gets set for 2nd down. They'll go to the air. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's in, pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Utes!
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Well, they got their hands team out there for a reason, and that's why in these situations you put receivers, tight ends, and dudes that can hold on to the football, knowing that, hey, all we got to do is recover this onside kick, and David, we win the game.
And man, this is such a low percentage play, right? Like, it's so hard to kick an onside and actually have it bounce correctly and go right. You're right, they put the right players on the field. They didn't get the good bounce, and this one's over.
Running game worked on 1st down. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Right back to it. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
And the Horned Frogs come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. Looking for the marker. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And just leaving no doubt in this one, right? 4th down, they've got the lead, running the ball and picking up the first. They're going to ice this game, David.
You talk about 2-minute drills. This is how you end the ball on an offensive 2-minute drill when you're winning. Run the clock out, run the football, be physical, watch it go to zeros.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw, it's Craig. Swings it out to the flat. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. The Horned Frogs come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Right side, it's Payne. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. with the run on 1st and goal. And he's in! Touchdown, TCU! They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down. The Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. Moving the pocket, it's Dampier. He's taking a deep shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great. And they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. It's dropped, and that's how we'll wrap up this one as the game is over. Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help but think to yourself, this is a college football playoff caliber team. If they play like that, moving forward, if they put their A game together in all 3 phases, this is a team we're going to be talking about very, very late in the season.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.